Hey guys, so I'm here. It came to my attention that I really have to do a video that clearly explain different ways that can help you do telekinesis. Okay, so first step, I'm gonna use an example. Say I have my little paper, fold it, or it could be a foil paper, even better if you're a beginner. Fold it, put it on the needle after you fold it like that for 2 times, and put it on a needle like that. The needle should be in something so that it's holding it down. So what you want to do is, before you even telekinesis for some is easy, but it's not always easy all the time. Sometimes you have to do this, and I'm going to show you. You have to feel the foil paper. You have to listen to it. You have to really play with it. Look at all the cracks in the foil paper. That's what you want to think about. That's empathizing. You want to think about that when you have it on the wheel. You want to focus on that, and when you have it on the wheel, you separate everything else. When you're looking at the wheel, you just look at it and you think about the sounds, you think about hearing it. Now, another thing that you could also do, many people use all these strategies in one. You could also what's it called, pretend you gotta, what you gotta do is you gotta break down barriers between yourself and other objects. You gotta think, we are not separate, we are one and the same. You're something in the universe and I am something in the universe, and we both have, like, it's like you're connecting to the auric energy of the object So what you want to do is, when the wheel, another thing you want to do is, when the wheel is, say the wheel is standing right here with the foil paper on top of it. So you could start with a little piece of foil paper like this small, like I started off with in my first video, like really small like this. Put it on top of a needle. So once it's on top of the needle, what some people do is, instead of focusing on the wheel right here, they focus like right here, the table, like right here, and they would think about the wheel while they're focusing on this point. You could do that, or you could look at it and think about it and blur everything out. Use your eyes and blur everything. So once you blur everything, it's like you're concentrating only on this moment, and you want to get into that state of where you separate, you halt everything, you focus only on that one thing. And there's also another way where it's called the inattentive focus. The inattentive focus is like what I said. It is like, instead of focusing on the wheel, you focus on the wheel, but you think about it and you don't focus on it too hard, because once you focus on it too hard, like, it won't move itself. You're not moving it, it just moves, it just reacts that way. It's just like, for some reason, it just moves itself. When you try to force it to move, it's way harder to move. So that's the one thing you gotta remember. When it comes to that, you gotta stop separating yourself from this object. One of the things that I also do is, I try to focus that everything else around the object is just black. It's just me and the object in the space. That also helps as well. There's many different strategies, and you could pick up on strategies by watching channels, watching reading comments, listening to other people, how they experience it. And also what you want to do, you could do, is visualize it turning. See it in your mind turning. You got to see it. Sometimes you got to close your eyes and see it turning. Like what you see when I'm doing it after I've done practice, after I've done meditated. Sometimes it takes me 10, 20 minutes. Sometimes it takes me a minute. It depends on how much you're practicing. It depends on other factors. So another thing that I want to tell you, oh, I just lost it just now. Another thing you can do is that, say it's on the needle like here. What you want to do if you're just starting off, what a good thing is to do is to just do this. Keep your hand, the wheel is in the middle, and you just focus however you want to focus on it. However, I told you one of those strategies, and just use the energy. You could start off by playing with it. Play turning it. Get your mind to think. Like it when it's on the wheel, play with it and make it turn with your hands. Then by the time before you know it, it's gonna start moving. And it's really important that you start off with a small piece of foil. So it's very hard for some people. Some people it's easier because of their mind, just how open they are to things. It took me, I think it took me 2 days to learn. And that's because I think I've just always watched telekinesis movies. I've just always felt that there's more out there. So, just keep on at it. Meditate. Some meditating is also helpful. For me, I meditated for a short time, and then it after a while I didn't have to meditate anymore. Sometimes I meditate if I need that extra help, but you might need to meditate and you have to go somewhere to to have that moment, to have that quiet moment. Also, one of the best time for some people to do it is at night or early in the morning. And don't do it after you've eaten, because that makes it less likely for it to happen. But now I eat and I eat at the same time, and I'm totally fine. Another thing that you want to do is I spoke about eating. Oh, you also what you can do is while the setup is all there, what you can do is just think turn, 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 and visualize it turning, and just turn. You might even say turn. You could say turn. Start off by saying turn and push it to turn, and then say turn again, like you're training a baby. Sometimes it works that way as well. So it was easy for me. It was really easy for me. Honestly, it was like I just tapped into like this energy. It was really easy for me, and it wasn't like that's not the first super normal ability I had. Actually, telekinesis came after all my other super normal abilities. Um, what else? What else? What are the tips that I want to give you? Let me think. I also wanted to tell you, you could start off in a spaced out like mindset, like just space out. That helps as well. You just space out, and when you're doing the thing, you're spacing out. So it's funny. It looks like while you're doing this, is so many different things that are not involved, but there's so many things that can be involved at that specific time. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. If I'm missing anything, I told you. Oh, yes. So there's different points. You ever been in your house and for some reason you like a specific point in your house? If you feel more like comfortable in one point of your house, try doing it in that point of your house, because I have a hard time doing it in different parts of my house. But once I have this like comfortable point in my house that I really like, I'm like, let me try doing it in there. And so I did it in that point and it just started turning. At my last house, it was on the floor. I really love doing it on the floor. It came easier to me because I love laying on the floor. Now there's a special point in this house where I don't put clutter there. It's always clean. It's a nice space. So I do it in that point of the house because it feels like I feel so connected to that part of the house. So I do it. So you could do that. And also you might want to have some type of like mirror around that area, because I think this is my own hypothesis. I'm not gonna say this is a good idea. Actually, it's a friend's hypothesis. So the certain mirrors are made out of certain crystals, So you could use, or certain glasses. So you could use that as well, and it helps you bring what you want into reality. So just to let you know, I want you to keep trying. And sometimes it takes, my first time, it took me like 30 minutes to really start feeling it. And there's energy in your hand. So that's why I say use your hand. So I can see auras a little bit. I actually can see. And if you put like, if you show the auras on the phone, I can see it easier. Like it's easier for me to see it than on than seeing my hands. But sometimes I do see it just looking at my hands or looking at my body parts. I do see auras, but I see it in my hands mostly. So I hope this tip was really helpful for you. Thank you and peace. Thanks for watching.